Hey, what's up? Welcome back. I'm George, and today I am in Frenchtown, New Jersey on the Model Railroad Show. So one of the cool things about modeling a railroad that is local to you or relatively local is you can, instead of just looking at pictures and researching the railroad, you can come out and take a look at what remains, and a lot of buildings, depending on what area you're modeling, still remain. So I'm out here. I am sitting right beside where the Belvidere and Delaware tracks ran, and right behind me is Frenchtown Station, which currently, if you remember the layout tour, and I will link that video up above here if you haven't seen that yet. The layout tour, I have a stand-in building that I'm really not happy with, and the reality of it is it's kind of from the wrong era, the building that I have for the style of building that's here now. So Stacy and I came up here today. The original passenger station is now called the Bridge Cafe, but it is in the original spot where the passenger station in Frenchtown was built, I think in 1853 is I think the year, for the Belvidere and Delaware Railroad, which, if you don't know, ran from Trenton. This was the main line, ran from Trenton up to Phillipsburg, and then eventually it ran all the way up to Belvidere, New Jersey, hence the Bell Del, and along the Delaware River, which sits right here behind us. So very cool. This has been turned into a state park. It is like one of those rails to trails parks that we have here, and there are a couple of cool buildings that are right here that you'll see that I'm going to eventually build for the layout. They are all going to have to be either scratched or very kit bashed. So they are the Frenchtown Inn, which I'll show you here in a minute, and the original station, which is going to be a pretty simple building to scratch build. It's a board and batten, not a lot of intricate structure for the time period, which would have been the 1950s of the building that would have been here. And then there's a building that sits behind the Frenchtown Station, which in my era would have had Britton Brothers painted on the side. And it was like a supply. At one point in time, it was a theater. Now it's like a outfitter and kayak store, but the actual building is still there. So pretty cool. And let's take a walk around here and show you some of those structures. All right. So there it is. There's the Frenchtown Station. I'm actually standing on the side of the roadbed where the original tracks would have been. And that's the just small station shack right there. And then you can see the brick building behind it is the building I was talking about, the Britton Brothers building. Really cool architecture there. Like I said, it's been a lot of different things over the years. And we'll take a little bit of a closer look here. Busy little area. The weather's starting to break here in Jersey, so people are out walking. So in here we can see we have a big area that is grassy. This was a siding right here. Actually, pre-1950, there would have been some abandoned tracks there when I modeled. But in this section right here would have been a small freight house. All right, that would have handled just some general freight for non-rail served businesses and people in the town. And you can see it's not a big, massive structure, the station. It's only a small town. So pretty fitting for what it would have been. Just a view of the other side of it. You can see the Bridge Cafe is here now. We had lunch there. Pretty good burger if you're in the area. All right, the original passenger platform, which they have covered over there. Very, very cool. And this, aside from the covered passenger platform, which wouldn't have been there in the 50s, this little ticket booth here would have been there. And that's about the only real, architectural challenge to scratch building case, and even that's not really going to be that difficult. So, all right. But you can see the style of the roof and the windows. Frenchtown was originally settled, actually by the Swiss, believe it or not. And the roof line and everything is similar to that style of architecture. This building is the Frenchtown Inn. It's built in 1838, so there's another structure, and has sat in this configuration for as many years, as long as I can find pictures of. And this was like a railroad stopover for travelers. It's been a speakeasy. It's been, now it's the Finbar restaurant. And if my audio is a little overshadowed here, it's because I've got Bill Clinton across the street playing a trombone. But also a very cool building with some distinct architecture to it. Maybe a little bit of a challenge getting that porch done in N scale, but everything else should be pretty easy. So, but again, if you're building this town and the railroad that's coming through here, these are two buildings that are obviously on the line, and I would like to make pretty accurate. Just another shot, Finbar here. Again, the old Frenchtown Inn. Building very typical of the architecture that would have been in this area in the 1800s. Another shot here of what is now painted on the side as Miller's Five and Dime, but would have been Britton Brothers. And again, this has been another building, just been a lot of things over the years, and it's just a very cool building sitting here in the middle of Frenchtown. So yeah, I was just out and about. I want to do a quick little video down here in Frenchtown. Very cool. Again, this town is one of the centerpieces of the model railroad that I'm building. So I think it's awesome if you're researching a model railroad, like I said, if you can get out and see it in person, I think it's really helpful. The internet and books are great ways to do that as well, because not everybody lives near the railroad that they're researching. But again, I chose this because it was local to me. I didn't have in mind the fact that it was so close, helping me research what the railroad actually was. That wasn't part of my plan. I just did it because I grew up, on the rails to trails and Washington Crossing State Park, and then, riding mountain bikes along the same rail. So I just always loved the area, and it was a railroad that I felt was a really modelable subject. And, I still definitely enjoy it. So yeah, if you like this video, out and about, not necessarily behind the modeling desk, let me know. I love to do these type of videos as well when I get a chance, not just down in the basement working on the trains. So, give me a subscribe, hit that like button, give me a thumbs up. And again, let me know if you like the video, and let me know if you're able to get to see like the area that you're modeling, and if that's close to you. All right. Thanks a lot. I'll catch you in the next one.